Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. It's going to be kind of a chat, multi-topic, dual topic or whatever video. I still have not scheduled my appointment to have my surgery. I'm having some anxiety. Um, ain't having some anxiety. I'm having a lot of anxiety. Um, I gotta pray. I just gotta do some praying. I've had a couple of people tell me, I, first of all, I don't think it's a good idea to give people medical advice. I, have had a couple of people tell me not to get the surgery, and I'm like, how are they gonna tell me not to get the surgery? Because one person told me, one lady that I know told me that it causes scar tissue, and then you have to go back and get that taken care of. But that might be in her individual situation. And I had another lady that said it doesn't work or help or whatever the situation. But I've had other people tell me that they've had the surgery and the surgery does help. So the doctors told me if I didn't, I asked already. It's like my son was telling me, what she said, um, and I'm like, well, I already asked the doctor, um, what would happen if I didn't have the surgery, and he said that it could get worse, you know. That he said it'll be very gradual, but eventually, I could lose feeling in my fingers, um, in my hand. I'll be dropping stuff more, and I'm already have numbness in two fingers, and I'm still in a lot of pain, and it feels like it's getting worse, in both hands. So I'm looking at, he said that he goes in and relieve that pressure, that will stop it. That will relieve the pain, um, and will make the nerves that's already still good in my hand, because he said I already have nerve damage in my hand because of the indentation. I have an indentation. I showed you guys in the last video. If you can see that indentation there. He said you can't save those nerves. He said I can't go in and fix your nerves. He said, but I can um, go in and relieve that pressure, so that your existing nerves in your hand will be, viable, and it'll keep the condition from getting worse. This is what the doctor told me. Now he's a trained professional. Went to school for it, got certified and everything, and I'm sure that I haven't got around to asking him how many of these surgeries that typically I ask that question, and I realized that, so I had to ask him how many surgeries has he done. But he's fully qualified professional. He's a professional hand surgeon, so certified, all that. So I'm gonna I'm a, allegedly, I know that he knows what he's talking about. So and he was telling me not to wait too long on the other hand. So I was already having some anxiety about having the surgery, and then when I heard this, now I'm having even more anxiety about having the surgery. So I'm gonna pray about it. He said that there's a possibility of doing the shots in my hand, but he said it's just like putting a band-aid over it. He said that's not going to prevent it from getting worse. It's just going to help me with the pain temporarily, just like the situation with my back. It's not going to cure it. It's not going to make it better, and it still could get progressively worse. So the shots is only a temporary fix. And I don't want to lose function in my hands. I'm looking at, I'm as far as I don't see any other alternative. It's like, and so I was already having some anxiety. Now I'm even having more anxiety now after they heard this. But I've had other people say, well, I've had the surgery done and it does help. So I think it depends on the person. I don't think it's a good idea to give people medical advice and tell people what to do, because everybody's situation is different. And what, might be work for one person might not work for another, or whatever the situation is. I don't know what else to do because I need my hands. So I don't really want to play around when it comes to my hands, because we need everything on our body, but I kind of have to use my hands. So I can't afford to lose function in my hands. So I have to try to do whatever I can to maintain the function of my hands. um, I don't know. I'm gonna pray about it, make it a matter of prayer. But I was supposed to schedule the surgery this week, and I'm already a huge procrastinator. If I have never told you guys that, I'm already a huge procrastinator. I need therapy. I'm not afraid to admit. Call me crazy, call me what you want, but I do need therapy, because I'm literally a chronic procrastinator. And I have to get to the bottom as to why I do that. But so I'm procrastinating. I'm putting it off. I was supposed to schedule it this week. I have a tendency to procrastinate on things that, if it's something that I don't want to deal with, I notice that's a pattern with myself. Let me know in the comment section if you have that same issue. If it's something that I don't want to deal with, I'll put it off. And then I've done it with things in the past, and I've put things off, and then I wind up, having to suffer the consequences as a result of me putting it off. One time, I bought my refrigerator. When I bought my refrigerator, they gave me a $50 rebate. And you had so much time that you had to send it in. I messed around and procrastinated and didn't get it in time and didn't get my $50 rebate. I said, now, June, that don't make no sense. You can't be procrastinating when it comes to money. When it comes to them coins, you can't procrastinate. So I kicked myself in the butt for that, but I gotta pray about it. It's just a major issue for me. It's been like that. I've been doing that for years. I need therapy. I really do. I need to find out why I'm doing that, But so I'm putting it off. I was supposed to schedule it this week. She called me. The lady called me from the office. Called me last week, and I told her, well, I got to get my because I had to talk to my sons to find out which one can take time off work to go, because it's in the next city. It's not going to be in my city. It's going to be in the next city. But that's a better hospital over there anyway. And so he said, you're gonna need somebody to bring you over and take you home and then be with you for the first 24 hours. So I'm trying to figure out which one of my sons can take time off to do that. So I've already discussed it with both of my sons, and my youngest son said that he can take me over and do it. He said, well, Mom, let me know, because his schedule is a little bit more flexible on his job, and he's been on his job longer. So he said, well, let me know, Mom, he's been coming to me and said, okay, let me know, Mom, when the date is, so I can let him know at work. And I haven't even scheduled it yet. And after he told me that, and now I was already having anxiety before that. Now I'm having even more anxiety. So I gotta pray. It's just very hard. It's very difficult for me to deal with this. I just wish to God that I didn't have to deal with this, but it is what it is. I'm still in a lot of pain, but the pain is getting worse in both of my hands. Numbness is getting worse in my right hand. So I know that I'm putting off I can't say that word, inedible. I can't say that word for nothing. I can't say that word for nothing. inedible. I can't say that word. Even my oldest son has worked with me on it. They have this thing on Google where you can type in the word or whatever, and it'll actually teach you how to pronounce the word. They have that feature on Google, and I went in there and tried to get help in trying to pronounce that word, and I still cannot say that word. Inedible. I can't say that word to save my life. But I'm putting this off, and I know that it's not something that I can keep putting off, because I know the longer I put it off, the more worse it's gonna get. And he was telling me the nerves that's still viable in my hands, he need to go in and relieve that. And the surgery is less invasive than what it used to be. It used to be that you got a larger incision, and now it is a smaller incision. And I'm going outpatient, so I don't have to stay out at the hospital all night, so that's a good thing. So the surgery is not going to be that long. I mean, they're going to put me to sleep. He said they're going to give me some propofol. I said, propofol? Isn't that what killed Michael Jackson? When I hear that word propofol, I think about Michael Jackson. Lord. But he was using it as a sleep aid, and you don't use it as a sleep aid. So they've done that. I've done that before, so I should be fine. But oh, Lord help me. I just child. Let me know if you guys have ever had to do a surgery. I've had surgeries before, and I don't remember having this much anxiety. I had to get back when I was in my 20s. I had to get an ovary removed because I had a cyst on it, and I had depression and anxiety before I had that surgery. And that was because I didn't want to lose my ovary at such a young age, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to have any more kids. But the doctors reassured me that I should be able to have more children, and sure enough, I got pregnant with my youngest son. Well, that's the other, and I had my gallbladder removed, and I don't remember having too much anxiety over that surgery, I'm older now, so it's a little different when you're older. Child, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm thinking, and I'm upset about the fact that I won't be able to, because they're gonna wrap my hand, and I can't get it wet, and so I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna wash myself, and I have to wash myself with one hand, and then I won't be able to do a lot around the house. So I'm gonna need help, as far as that. So I'm thinking about trying to get some help to, trying to get some help to help with my household chores and stuff like that. Because I won't be able to. He said you won't be able the first 2 weeks. You won't be able to lift anything. I'm going to have a 1 pound restriction, and then it's going to gradually grow up from there. So I won't be able to lift much, because it's got to heal, and I don't want to hinder the healing process by lifting stuff. So I'm thinking about all that and having anxiety about all that, and I'm thinking about I got to get my hair done. I'm thinking about getting my hair braided. I'm going to need to get my hair braided before I go into the surgery, because I'm not going to be able to do my hair, because my hair is natural. I wear my hair natural. So I still got to, moisturize it, condition it, and, grease it and stuff like that, oil it and things like that. Well, it's going to be hard with one hand, So I'm thinking about getting my hair braided. So when I get it braided, I won't have to worry about messing with my hair, But I might have to have somebody wash it for me, because when my hair is braided, I still wash it. So I've been thinking about all that. Okay, what I'm gonna do with my hair. Because my hair gonna be wrapped up for like 6 weeks. I won't be able to really use it, So I'm thinking about that, and I'm having anxiety about that. Man, oh man, oh man. This is I gotta definitely pray about this situation. But I know, like I said, I can't just keep putting it off. That's not good. And then I got on the news the other day. If you didn't get a chance to check out my video where they are talking about employers mandating their employees to take the vaccine. Well, I tuned in the other day to the news, and then they were saying that it was the CBS Evening News, I think it was. Then they said they're gonna start having people come to the house. They said they're gonna have people coming to the house. They really trying to get this vaccine in everybody. They're talking about sending people to the house, to your house, to get people vaccinated. New York is talking about getting tourists vaccinated. They're talking about when tourists, because they're starting to open everything back up over there. So they're talking about when tourists come to the city, to Times Square, because Times Square is a big deal in New York. That's where a lot of the tourists hang out at. They're talking about having people down there to vaccinate tourists coming into New York. It's 2 shots. You got to get 1 shot, and I think 2 weeks later, you got to come. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got to get another one. Well, you go to New York and you get the first shot, then you still got to worry about getting a second shot done. So they talking about vaccinating the tourists and everything in Times Square. They're talking about coming to your house. I'm like, they better not be coming to my house with that mess. Yeah, they really trying to force this vaccine on people. They really trying to force this vaccine and trying to get people to take this shot. And it's... Don't we have constitutional rights, in this country? We're getting to the point to where we're having less and less rights. They're slowly taking away our rights in this country. It's a slow process, but they're doing it. I tell you. Well, hit me up in the comment section if you guys heard about that. They're gonna start coming to your house with this, wanting to vaccinate people that come into your house. Don't come to my house with that mess. Don't you come to my house with that mess. Because I'm going to run them away from there. I'm going to run them away from there. Or I'm going to flip the script and I'm going to witness to them. That's a good one. That's a good thing to do. So, I'm not doing it. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, yeah, I'm having a lot of anxiety right now about this surgery. I know I gotta have it done. I know it's something I have to do, but I don't know. I just wish I wasn't dealing with all this stuff. But it is what it is. What can I say? Anyway, hit the subscribe button, like button, the share button, and Until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet June.